All right, so next we're going to go ahead and close this out. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel. We have this opened in our terminal. We'll close it out here. We can do Control and C. Boom, gone. And we are still currently in. We could do PWD, which means print our working directory. I know this is probably a little bit outside of maybe some new user scope. And going back. And we can close this terminal by exit. There we go. All right. So one of the first things you need to do after we do an installation is run our updates, and we can do that on here by selecting the applications, coming down to System and selecting Software Updater. Or we can launch our terminal, Control-Alt-T, and we can sudo apt update, then our super duper secret password here. And we are all up to date, but if we were not, we would then run sudo apt upgrade, and then we could do -yes, which just means yes, we want to upgrade, but we really don't have anything. So 0 upgraded, 0 installed, and 0 to remove. So I'm going to type clear, get rid of that. Now, if we have some Flatpaks, we can do Flatpak update -yes. And we have nothing to update. It will kick back in just a moment here. And if it seems like it's freezing, we can Control-C, just clear that out. And last but not least, snap refresh if you're using snaps, which I'm not. All right, now if we want to install an application, we can sudo apt install, and let's do the Linux version of Pacman, which is Capman. And that's just downloading all the, I don't know what the proper word would be, if it'd be libraries or dependencies or both. And as you see, we do have the progress bar there at the bottom. We're roughly at about 30%. Go ahead and take a sip of my coffee. Boom, installed. So we can clear our screen. We can do this one of two ways. We can minimize applications and run program, and we can do Capman. It's right there. Select and launch. And it does come out very small, so we can change that up here. This is the default, but we can also come into, I believe, settings, and we can select retro, hit apply, okay, and then we can even come into difficulty, kick that up a notch if we want. Close, and of course we can close. But of course we can come back into our terminal and just type in Capman. It'll launch. Come back to our terminal. We should be able to do Control-C. It closes, as well as the program. And if we have, let's say, a Flatpak we want to install, which we'll minimize here, come into my applications, and internet. FreeTube, that is a Flatpak. So I was not able to install that by doing sudo apt install or sudo apt install. We're going to go ahead and clear screen. And we can do Flatpak install FlatHub. And on this tool, I'm going to use Rust desk. So I just know that this Flatpak is under this URL here, and I can run enter. It's going to ask if I'm okay with this installation and the size. Yes. And there we go. Go ahead and kick that off. And installation complete. That was pretty quick. And we can minimize again. We'll come back up in here. And no differently, we can launch FreeTube. We can launch, should be able to launch Rust Desk if I'm not mistaken. Or simply locate it in our dropdown. So internet was FreeTube and internet is also Rust Desk. So we can select either of those. And these are the 3 individuals I currently follow on this FreeTube. Of course, I have a YouTube. I do have my own account. I do have my own setup studio area, so that way I do my own videos. And of course, I'm subscribed to all of these gentlemen on their actual platforms. So they get my viewing from both FreeTube and YouTube. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close this out. And of course, just like that, we can do the same thing for Rust Desk, which is much like any desk, but of course written, I believe, entirely in Rust or mostly in Rust, and free and open source, of course. So we'll go ahead and close out of here. And then last but not least, some of the other tools that we have here that are already installed. Oh, nice. It did put a category in for games for us. Very cool. You know what? Let's run another game then. We'll do sudo apt install SuperTux 2. Sudo apt install SuperTux 2. Okay, let's try. Oh, you know what? I think this might have been moved to a Flatpak. Nope, we're good. So it must be compiled together, SuperTux and SuperTux 2. And there we go. I'm not a big gamer, but when I like to just kind of like take a brain break, if you will, I do like some retro arcade style games. So that's why I wanted to install this too. I know there's some terminal style games too. I don't know what the package names are, but of course we could look those up in just a moment. So we're gonna go ahead, minimize this, come into games, and check this out. Very loud. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and close this. And I guess that's gonna be all for this one. And we'll dive into the next portion in the next video.